So, Arsenal fans, this is the last night we have to be nervous during this international break. And to be honest, we have good reason to. Because there's more information that's come out over the past day or so that leaves me feeling slightly anxious. But also, Declan Deschamps come out and made some unbelievable comments. Something we will definitely touch on in this video. And if you're watching this and the game's already been played, don't worry, we got loads of stuff in there for you as well. But before we get into it, if you enjoy this daily Arsenal content, just do me the favour and give me a thumbs up on this video. So let's get into it. So tonight is the last set of international friendlies. And to be honest, for me, it's probably the scariest set. Because, you know, it's the second game. These guys have been playing so much football during the course of the season. There's bound to be tired legs out there. A lot of these Arsenal players have played so many minutes, you know, for Arsenal and now for their club. You know, Declan Rice played 90 minutes. Kai Havertz featuring. Listen to some of these guys that are guaranteed to start. We got Declan Rice, 100% starting, England captain. Saliba, 100% starting. Declan Deschamps come out and said that he's starting. He also said some crazy comments that we're definitely going to touch on. But here's some other players that are going to feature tonight, okay? So we got Odegaard. He's captain for Norway, so you would assume he's probably going to be starting. You got Poland playing, so Kiwior's probably going to be playing. Ukraine's playing, so Zinchenko's probably going to be playing. You got Germany, Kai Havertz. He's in the form of his life, and we know he scored in the last Germany game, the last Germany fixture, so he's probably bound to start. And then you got David Raya playing for Spain. He got 45 minutes the other night, so maybe Spain will still want to experiment with their keeper and decide to put David Raya back in goal. There's so many reasons, like I said, to be anxious there. So many crucial Arsenal first-team players that if we miss even one of these, you know, our season changes, basically. There's 31 international games tonight. You know, we can't afford any injuries. You know, we're going to start with a Saliba story. So, Declan Deschamps come out and said these comments. Listen to this because I can't process it. Let me know in the comment section what you think because I am absolutely dumbfounded, okay? So, he is having a good season, but he also does things that I don't like so much. For France, he has limited game time, but when he plays, that hasn't necessarily gone well. What? The hierarchy doesn't favour him at the moment, but he is here. Upamecano has had game time, and perhaps William has had less. With certain players, I make sure to preserve because it can be confidence or little blockages that can shift. Some don't have any concerns. Some need game time. William has had less game time, so that doesn't allow him to be very calm. Like I said, let me know your thoughts on that because I listened to them comments and I'm thinking, what is wrong with these international managers? It's like they don't think on the same plane as all the other people because I can't literally process these comments. You know, why are you digging out one of your best players, in my opinion? This is one of the best centre-backs in the Premier League. You know, have you not observed the attributes that William Saliba has? Do you not understand what kind of talent you have on your hands? You know, I'm not over-exaggerating this when I say William Saliba has the potential to go on and be one of the greatest defenders of this era, of this generation. The guy turned 23 2 days ago, and he's already arguably the best centre-back in the Premier League. The Premier League, the strongest league in the world. You've got 23-year-old William Saliba at the very top of that list. Maybe one, maybe two. And you got the French manager, his international manager, coming out and calling him out, digging him out, saying he doesn't like certain things that he does. Like, is he trying to put pressure on him? Is he trying to see how he reacts? Is he thinking, if he says these things about Saliba, that it's going to make his game improve? Because I don't get it. Like I said, let me know your thoughts on it. But to me, I can't comprehend it. I don't get why you would want to do that to your player. I don't get why you would want to do that to a player like William Saliba. Don't understand it whatsoever. Also, in other news, we got Declan Rice. He's come out and had a few words to say about Ben White. And I've actually seen quite a lot of hysteria, quite a lot of uproar with people going against Declan Rice saying he should just focus on football. He shouldn't be talking about Ben White. Oh, I got a different opinion on this. Listen, I get what people are saying, but at the same time, what we need to understand is Declan Rice, you know, he's going to be captain for this game. So he's being asked a barrage of questions about Ben White. All you got to do is look at the newspapers today. Back page on every single one. More Ben White stuff. It's like the fire that surrounds Ben White just keeps getting bigger and bigger. So for Declan Rice to come out and speak on it, it's not the end of the world. He's being asked a question. Everyone's got an opinion on it. And he even said during that thing, I don't know the ins and outs of the situation, but I'm going to speak to Ben White. He did say, I want to try and speak to Ben White and get him to play for England. But at the end, he specifically stated he doesn't know the ins and outs and he's going to speak to Ben White. So I don't understand the hate that's being projected towards Declan Rice now. And then you get people like Jeff Stelling coming out today and in no uncertain terms calling Ben White a disgrace for not wanting to play for his country. And the way I look at it is, it's just more people piling on to Ben White without having all the facts at hand. The facts haven't been released yet. Okay, everyone's got an opinion. Fine, you're entitled to your opinion, but you can't be basically calling him a coward or however you're framing it. You know, you're framing it in a certain way to suggest that Ben White's a disgrace because he refused an England call-up. We don't know the facts. We don't even know if that's the truth. Ben White hasn't come out and said anything. You're taking the word of Gareth Southgate, who in my opinion got caught lying in the last press conference because he said that there was no rift between him and the backroom staff. And since then, it's come out that Ben White and the Southgate's backroom staff had a disagreement. They had an argument. So I'm not going to take the word of Gareth Southgate over the word of Ben White. And I don't think anyone else should. Like I said, everyone's entitled to their opinion. But we don't know the facts yet. So until all the facts are released, I think maybe we have to not put too much heat on other players for speaking about it. That's just my opinion, though. I would like to know yours. Are you, like me, going to be watching these games like this? You know, I'm obviously going to be watching the England game, but I'm going to be flicking through, hopefully, watching some of the Germany game, watching some of the Spain game, the Poland game, the Ukraine games. They're actually all interesting games. They're all decent fixtures. If they was on any other day where England weren't playing, I'd probably be sitting and watching them. You know, I want to see how kiwior plays for Poland. He's been so good for Arsenal this season. Does he carry that into Poland? How do they utilise kiwior? Is he played at centre-back? Is he being played at left-back? Like I said, I haven't had the time to watch him yet, but I will do for sure. Zinchenko. How's Zinchenko going to get on? We know he's had injury. Do they play him in midfield? I remember the last Ukraine game I watched. Zinchenko was being played in midfield, which is an interesting position. And I actually heard TalkSport speaking on it today, saying Zinchenko's played in that left 8 position for Ukraine. So can he do it for Arsenal? Let me know your thoughts on that, actually. Do you think Zinchenko has the ability to play that left 8? In my opinion, I think he probably does. But where he's caught out defensively in left back, I think he may carry those vulnerabilities into midfield. And in my opinion, you need a solid midfield. You know, we've seen Jorginho in the game against Porto maybe couldn't keep up with some of the attacks that Porto were doing. Now, I'm not being sly to Jorginho. I think he's a brilliant player. He's done brilliant for us lately. But I just think Zinchenko in that left 8 role, I think he has the technical ability to play it. I think he can dictate games. But again, I think defensively, maybe he may be slightly weaker and that would affect us in the middle of the park. Arsenal versus Man City is coming up in 5 days' time. I cannot wait for this game. This is the most excited I've been for a football match since the days that Thierry Henry was playing. Honestly, I cannot wait. Not only because it's a big game, but because I believe Arsenal have the ability to go there and maybe do the impossible. I think Arsenal can go there, turn the tables, turn the tide, and shift the momentum into Mikel Arteta's favour for the rest of the season. I've got a match breakdown preview coming out tomorrow on the Arsenal versus Man City game. Make sure you're subscribed for that. Thanks so much to everyone for watching and listening. Before you go though, like I said, if you could just do me the favour of giving me a thumbs up on this video, just like it and subscribe, and I'll speak to you all in tomorrow's video. Gooners, have a good day.